Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a gardening friend. Okay, so outside, it is hot and muggy. It's only about 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's still pretty warm. We have been getting so much rain, crazy ton of rain. And so it's been a little bit hard to get outside, but today, no rain at this earlier in the day. Today we're going to be working on these sunflower seedlings. Now I started these on 6/22 and it's several different varieties, and we're going to be getting a lot of these planted out into 3 different areas of the garden, specifically a couple of raised beds and an in-ground garden bed. And then we're going to be focusing on how to protect them from a pesky armadillo that I have that likes to hang out in my garden. And if I put seedlings in, he will dig them up. And then we might do a little bit of fertilizing. And then I think the last thing that we're going to do, I think I'm going to go ahead, taking a look at them. I think we might go ahead and harvest the pumpkin on a stick. I don't know. I don't know if they're ready. Maybe I should let them go longer. Okay, I take that back. We're not going to harvest pumpkin on a stick, but that is coming soon. It's getting close. Probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be harvesting my pumpkin on a stick, and I'll be hanging them upside down to dry so that I can use them for decor come this fall. Okay, so we do have several varieties of sunflowers that we're going to be working with today. The first one is some sunflower seeds seeds that I saved from my other sunflower seeds. I did not have great germination on those. I only had about 5 out of 18 come up. And then I have Velvet Queen. I have quite a few of those that germinated. Evening Sun, tons of those that germinated. And Smiley, and tons of those that germinated as well. So let's go ahead and figure out where these are going to go. Okay, so right here in this area, I've got a lot of seedlings. These aren't really seedlings, these are full-grown plants. I've got some zinnias that are doing beautifully. And then this is the end of some sunflowers that I had grown. I can't remember what the variety was called. I'll put it down below. They did great. But now it's time to clear out this bed. So I really need to come through and pull it. So let's do that real quick. But I was happy with how these sunflowers did. And it looks like I've got some marigolds that have flopped. So we'll probably need to stake those too. I've also got, looks like a pretty big celosia growing in here that I don't want. Go ahead and pull that up. I've got it in other areas. I'm going to go ahead and pull aside my little fencing. And then it looks like I have like a stray basil over here. We're going to pull that up too. All right, and I'm coming over here with a few, oh wow, this is really falling down. Look at that whole marigold fell down. Let's get that in there, just like that. That's better. It's looking good. Okay, and then I've got this guy over here, this zinnia, which definitely needs some help. And it's growing through a fence. One of the little fences. Just make it a little bit difficult. Okay. All right, let me smooth out the soil, and then I think we're going to go ahead and add some biotone to this. Okay, and for this area, I'm going to focus on my sunflower steves Van Gogh mix. I've got 5 little seedlings, and I'm going to definitely give them some space. Sunflower steve seeds grow better with more space. Well, I thought I had 5, but it turns out I have 4. And one of them is fighting me. All right. So we'll do the 4 corners and leave them open in the center. And I'll tell you a little bit about these while I'm getting them planted. Sunflower Steve Van Gogh mix is known for its artistic blend of creamy yellows, soft golds, reds, and muted bronze, colors reminiscent of Van Gogh's sunflower paintings. The flowers can be single to semi-double, pollinous, and bred for strong stems and long vase life, making them ideal for cutting. Plants are branching and typically grow 5 to 6 feet tall and thrive in full sun. And then I am going to go ahead and put back my fencing to make sure the armadillo doesn't get up all in this business, and dig my seedlings up. He did that a lot with my delphinium last year, which was super upsetting because delphinium is a little bit tougher of a seed to get going. There we go. All right, let's go to the next space. Okay, this next bed is where I ended up putting the new trellis that I had created. And once again, I'm coming in here. I'm going to pull up all my staking and fences and get that out of the way so it's easier to maneuver through the space. I am not going to pull up the trellis though, because it was hard to get those into place. And since they are DIY and they're plastic, I don't want to mess with them too much. I'm just going to do a general clean out of weeds. And this area gets a lot of sun. All the areas get at least 6+ hours of sun. Now, stuff I already have in here, I've got Chinese forget-me-nots in here. I've also got right here is bronze leaf fennel. And I like to leave that for the monarchs. They really like it. And some of the other seedlings I had in here were delphinium, which are considered a perennial for my area. However, they don't make it through my hot summers. They do fine with the winter time. It's the summers that they really struggle with. I gotta say, it smells like something's burning out here today, which makes me nervous. Hope there's not a fire somewhere. I do find that I get a lot of branches that fall in this area from the willow. All right, that looks good. Okay, and with this garden bed, which is just looking really nice, very pleased with all the soil I'm seeing, the quality of soil I'm seeing. And I've been working for years on this soil. Okay, for this garden bed, I'm going to put in the smiley sunflowers, and these are a much shorter variety. So they should grow up about halfway on some of these trellis, which I think will be really lovely and very sweet. And I'll tell you about that as I'm planting them. Smiley sunflowers are compact, branching plants that produce cheerful, bright yellow blooms with dark centers. Ideal for smaller spaces or containers, they reach about 2 to 3 feet tall, excellent for pollinators and cut flowers. Okay, and then in this half, so on the right half we've got the smiley, and on this half I'm going to put in the evening sun. These are a little bit taller and bigger. Evening sun sunflowers feature large branching plants with a mix of rich sunset shades like rust, red, orange, gold, and burgundy on 6 to 8 inch blooms. Plants grow 6 to 8 feet tall and bloom over an extended period. And like always, it doesn't look like much. This whole front half is the smiley, the shorter varieties, and the whole back half is the evening sun. I think that'll be beautiful growing up amongst those trellis. So I'm going to put my little fence back, and then we're going to move to straight into the ground area. Okay, this is an area I cleaned out recently that had a lot of Queen Anne's lace in it. So we're going to do a quick clean out on some remnants that are left. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and fill this space with Velvet Queen sunflowers. Velvet Queen showcases deep velvety red maroon petals surrounded by dark chocolate centers. These branching plants grow 5 to 6 feet tall and are excellent for dramatic cut flower arrangements. Okay, and then I'm going to do a general feeding in the back gardens with my Alaskan fish emulsion fertilizer, and I like to use my Miracle Grow sprayer for this. And I've already got water in here. You definitely want water in there, and I just come in with my fish emulsion. I put about maybe half a cup in there. And then I go ahead and screw it back in and then give it a little shake and then go from there. Okay, feeling good. Over there we've got the smiley, the shorter sunflowers, and the evening sun, and then back over there is the Velvet Queen, and over here we've got Sunflower Steve sunflowers, but I don't think my gardens ever look this good in July. We've just had a lot more rain than we typically do. Usually everything's dead by now because it's just too brutal. So dry, and you just can't keep up with it. So I'm thankful. All right. Feeling good about that. Glad to get that done. Get the fish emulsion in there. I forgot something. Okay, over here I forgot that I got a fence, folding fence, to block off my armadillo friend. He's not my friend, he's a jerk. But that was one of my whole reasonings for waiting to put some of this up, was because I needed to get this fence installed and I hadn't picked it up yet. So I'm coming in here a little bit at an angle at the base of the Black-Eyed Susan, working it in like that. But this is what I have found works best for armadillos. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of seeing like a hole right here. I don't know how that's gonna work, we'll see. The only thing that deters armadillos is that they're lazy. So they're not gonna wanna climb over stuff. And if it's too hard to get in, they're not gonna wanna go. So I think on each of these openings, I could put like a brick, because they won't like that either. Nothing that's gonna like rough up their underneath of their skin or anything like that. So I got one I'm gonna put over there too. Well, we'll see if that helps. Okay, good timing. I need to stop. I gotta go pick up a kid from brass sectionals. Got another kid at guard. Another kid still home. Summer is actually winding down for us. If you have a child in marching band, you know. Marching band starts in July. They had sectionals all through the whole summer too. But anyway, they're excited and ready to go back. But I hope you guys enjoyed getting those sunflowers planted out with me. That is what works best for me. I do not do well putting sunflowers directly into the ground outside. I just don't. Starting them inside, and then having a little bit of stronger seedlings and then bringing them out, that's what works best for me. especially with the heat, and typically we're very dry, and that's a hard one too. But very excited to get those in, and I guess in about 4 to 6 weeks we'll start having sunflowers to harvest, which would be absolutely lovely. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, make sure you like and comment on the video. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow my video and my channel so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and you say hi. And be sure to check me out in my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It is all things She's a Mad Gardener, all things gardening. We share photos, we chat about what's going on. I post about what's going on in my life, just things like that. It's just kind of like a more intimate setting, which is really nice. It gives us the opportunity to get to know each other. There is a free tier you can join in under, and there are additional paid tiers. The higher up you are in the tiers, the more access you get, including exclusive videos as well as group chats and photo sharing. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.